Yeah. So for today's class, we'll just get into NDFSM. I'll just tell you the features of NDFSM. And before that, I had a question here which says obtain a DFA to accept a string W that satisfies the following condition. One second. Yeah. This is you may get such series of questions also. So you could see that the option A, mod W. When I take the length of the string, if I divide the length of the string with modulo division with 3, and that should be greater than or equal to the same thing with mod 2. So here there are two combinations. I mean, in the previous examples, we have seen how this mod 3 can be implemented, mod 2 can be implemented with the length modulo divided with 2 and then 3. So here there is a condition combined both. And one more thing is wherein you have the set of all input alphabets, that is A. So this is about two different machines. So I have taken one machine with mod length 3, and then the next machine the length of the string modulo divided with 2. So, but I haven't mentioned anything regarding the final state. So the final state is with respect to the condition given here. The states in the machine 1 should be either greater than or equal to the state in the machine 2. So that is the meaning actually. One second, let me admit. So here when you look at the machine 1, mod 3 means there is a 3 length strings to be acceptable, multiples of 3. Probably 0 is the final state actually, but when you combine these two machines according to the question given, the final states may differ. That's why I haven't mentioned any final state over this, because the final state is dependent on the condition given. We will see the combined machine later. Now let us take the states from each and every machine. Here there are two machines, one is with mod length 3, one more is with the mod 2. So this is with mod 3 of the A length, this is mod 2. If you say that actually the final state is the first state itself, but actually I didn't write the final state over here. I have considered this is my machine 1 and this is the machine 2. Then if this is the case, how we are going to achieve the combined machine? What could be the states of the combined machine which satisfies the condition given here actually? So we need to develop a machine that accepts the condition given in the question. The first machine states should be higher than or equal to the second one. See, higher than or equal to, larger than or equal to the second one, those are the final states. Okay, so since I have to combine these two machines based on some condition, what I'm doing is, here I have 3 states, here I have 2 states. Out of these, I have been doing the cross product of that. What I'm doing the cross product of that. Okay. So here the first state represents the state from the machine 1. Second state represents the state from the machine 2. Let us do the cross product on 3 cross 2, that is 0, 0, then 0, 1, then 1, 0, and then 1, 1, then 2, 0 and 2, 1. So these are the states which you got out of the cross product of the machine 1 states and then the machine 2 states. No doubts, no, in here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I hope you got the idea why I am doing the cross product. So what do you understand from this is I know the states from machine 1, I know the states from machine 2, but I need a machine which is the combined of both machine 1 and machine 2. I have to apply the condition over that. Then I have to generate the states of the resultant machine, that is called combined machine. And then I know the states. Now, only knowing the states, you cannot complete the task of DFSM. What next I have to do is, to every state, I have to provide the input A. If I provide the input A, so where does it goes? So what I have done is, I have considered this and all the set of all states. So these are my states 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 1. These are the resultant states. Now to this states, I have given the input A because input given in the question is only A. There is a possibility that they may give A comma B also. Set of all possible inputs, A comma B also possibility is there. So what you have to do now is, I understood that I got the states. So to every state, what I have to do is I have to provide the input A. So if I provide input A, so what is that it means is the first state 0, 0, right? The first 0 represents machine 1, second 0 represents machine 2 because it's a cross product of M1 and M2. 1 second. Cross product of M1 and M2. Yes, so then you have to look into machine 1 for the transition. In the machine 1, when I apply A, the input to 0, where it goes? In the machine 1, for 0, if I apply input A, where it goes? It goes to
1.
state 1. In the second one, when I apply A to 0, it goes to 1. So that is the reason why you have is 1 comma 1. So the first state, second is, the state in M1 and the state in M2. The same way, now DFSM means, see, I am freshly constructing a machine now. So I had a transition from 0, 0 to 1, 1 on the input A. That is the meaning actually now. From the state 0, 0 on the input A, I gone to 1, 1. Now my travel has to start from 1, 1 onwards because from the city 0, 0, I have reached the city 1, 1. So that now from 1, 1 again I have to give the input. See, I don't know the, see, here you cannot give the input like however the states you got. For 0, 0 giving A, 0, 1 giving A, like that. Whichever the state you got, to that state you start applying the input. So here we have the input that is called A, right? So now you see that what is that first state 1 represents? This is the state of machine 1. This is the state of machine 2. You have to look into the previous, pictorial representation for 1, 1 where it goes. So for 1 it goes to 2, and here for 1 it goes to 0. So that is called 2 comma 0. You could see that 2 comma 0 here. So from 0, 0 I gone to 1, 1. From 1, 1 I gone to 2 comma 0. 1 second. So again, which is the resultant state? To that state, I have to again start giving the inputs. So for 2 comma 0, I started giving the input A. You could see that 2A and then 0A, you start applying like that. So at one point of time, so how long you have to do this process? So in DFSM, you have only finite number of states. You don't have infinite number of states actually. So you should have transition from one state to the other state. See, when I'm traveling over like this, started applying the input A on each and every resultant state. I got 1, 1, later 2, 0. You could see the last column, 0, 1, and then 1, 0 I got. All are my new states only, 2, 1. Finally, I have came across what? 0, 0. 0, 0 is the state which I already have applied the input, right? I no need to take 0, 0 again. I no need to take 0, 0 again to start applying A because I think the entire process will be repeating later if I do that. Have you understood this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, how long you have to do this is, it's because set of all finite states. So from a state, if you give an input, it has to go to a state. that state is one of the state of the DFSM. Yes, 1 1 is one of the state of the DFSM. Take that state, start giving input. So you can stop the process once you got the repeated state. Because already for 0 0 I have given the input A. So now for this it's easy for me to write the transition diagram because this is a transition function. See, for 0 0 is one of the state. When I give input A, it goes to 1 1. For 1 1, if I give A, it goes to 2 0. For 2 0, if I give A, it goes to 0 1. I have considered these are my states. So 0 0 is one of the state. Then I got 1 1. Then 2 0. If I give A, it goes to 0 1. 1 0. Finally, for 2 1, you see the last state, last transition. For 2 1, if I give 0, if I give A, it goes to 0 0. Means it has gone to the start state. One thing you have to be clear here, how come few states are, start state is easy to me because I have started my travel from 0 1 0 0 0. This is the start state. How could you find the final state? Acceptance state is based on the condition given in the question, right? So what is the condition given in the question is the first the first state. In this states, the first character you see 0 0. 0 belongs to what? Machine 1. The next 0 belongs to machine 2. Like that. See, that state should be, the state from the machine 1 should be either greater or equivalent to the second one. Either greater or equivalent to the second one. See, in this, both should be same or the first one should be greater. That state is the final state. You see 0 0, both are equivalent. So that greater than or equal to, right? So I just made it as final state. Here also both are equivalent. Final state. The first state is greater than the second one. Accepted. Because it is given in the question. Condition. Accepted. Here it is not the case. The first is lesser than the second. No. So first is greater than the second. So this is the final state. This is also final state. So this is the resultant DFSM. When you get a combined condition, something like this and this, you need to do the cross. First, you have to write the machines individually, do the cross product of that, get the states. For states, what is the input alphabets? Apply it, please. And then come up with the condition, identify your acceptable states. That is called final states. Yes, the condition here is greater than or equal to. In the second case, not equal to. So I think not equal to case. Sorry, I think I have forgot to write mod 2 here. It is mod 2. Not equal to. So same thing, mod 3, mod 2, same thing, but only the states, final states differ. The first state should not be equivalent to second. It means 2, 0 both are not equal, 0, 1 not equal, 1, 0 not equal, 2, 1 not equal. So these states are the accepting states, means final states. Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one type of question I forgot to do, I think in the previous classes. So this type of question also possible. I hope I have covered the entire concepts, what type of questions they may ask you in the VTU examination. And further examples, if you see in your book, I think you can go through on your own. Coming to the NDFSM, non-deterministic finite state machines. What is the main difference between DFSM and NDFSM is, see, it is very deterministic when you come to DFA, because deterministic finite automata, from each and every state there should be exactly one transition out of a particular input symbol. You should not have more than 2 transitions on the same input symbol. At the same time, you should not providing transition over a particular input symbol. So these are all the problem, but you don't have any constraint on how many final states you have. You can have n number of final states, but coming to the NDFSM, you don't have any such constraints on the final states. As well, you can have any number of transitions on a particular input symbol from one state to the other state. And if you don't have a transition also on an input symbol, no issue in the non-deterministic finite state machine. So it is not deterministic. So practical applications on the NDFSM is very, very difficult because it doesn't have any deterministic behavior over the things. It is not systematically happening. However you want, you can behave like that. So that is the situation of NDFSM. So you cannot use NDFSM concepts in practical applications. So there comes a concept where we have to convert our NDFSM into DFSM. For that you have two methods. We will do that today. Subset construction also. But before going to that, let us be familiar with the transition function of NDFSM. How could you say that this is NDFSM? This figure? Yes, any one of you. How many of you in the line, please? Yes. If you don't know, at least tell me. You don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah, that's what I told you here. NDFSM, you see from Q0 to Q1, you have provided the input over A, right? So in DFSM, in DFA, once we have provided an input, for example, on A, we had a transition to one state. We don't provide the transition on the same input symbol. Exactly once we will follow that. But here you see from Q0, it's going to Q1 on A. Also, it's going to Q2 on A. You observe? And at the same time, you see also from Q1, you had a transition to Q1 with A. Again, with A, it is going to Q2. And if you look at Q2, there is no transition on B, the input B. You see, I haven't given any transition on the input B. So that is what I told you. When you come to NDFSM, you don't have any restriction that exactly one transition out of each and every input symbol. You may have a transition, you may not have a transition, you may have n number of transitions over a particular input symbol. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is the case. So because of the reason it doesn't possess any deterministic behavior, I cannot determine the behavior of the system. Then how can I apply it in practical things? Correct? So there where it fails is coming to the transition function. As of now, the resultant state, because I'm traveling from one state to the other state, the outcome, the last resultant state is the only one state. But here you are getting the set of states. See, from Q0, you are going to set of states. What are all the states? On A, you're going to Q1. On A, you're going to Q2. So two states you are going. So that the resultant state here, from one state to the other state, the resultant state is set of all possible states. Agree? So from Q0 on A, I am going to Q1 and Q2 both. You have to represent like this in a set. On A, I am going to Q1 as well. On A, I am going to Q2. So you have to represent in set like this. Then on B, I am going to Q2. Probably it is like this. Okay. Now, how I can able to give you the transition function? How can I represent my transition function? See, transition function is like this. From the set of all possible states, that is called a bigger Q. If I apply my set of all input symbols called A and B, I will be going to a power set of states. So this is all the power set, means possible combinations. Out of three states, what are all the power state? See, null set is one of the power set. Q0 and then Q1 and then Q2 is a power set. Q0, Q1, Q0, Q2, Q1, Q2, then Q0, Q1, Q2, 2 power 3, 8 states. So the resultant states can be anything out of your 8 states. That is the representation. So have you understood the transition function of NDFA? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So what is the difference between DFA and NDFA? In DFA, for the possible states, if I provide the input, it goes to one of the state only. I will not get set of states because I'm not going to two different states on a particular input symbol. I will be going to one of the state, one finite state. But in NFA, when I apply my input symbol, I may go to two different states. Means set of all possible states. So this is the maximum difference between your DFA and NDFA. Wherein DFSM can be applicable, NDFSM cannot be applicable for practical problems. So we have to convert it. So this is also having the 5-tuple notation, set of all possible states, set of all inputs, transition function, initial state, final state. But transition function differs here. Transition function differs. Then this is one of terminology. How could you say that the language accepted by NFSM? It's very simple. Could be any machine. You take either DFSM or NDFSM. Once you explore a particular string from the start state, once your string is completely scanned, at the end of the string, you have to reach a state. That state should belong to the final state. That's one of your final state. So that is what given here, the language accepted by the machine, which is equal to the string, nothing but the string. What is that string? That string is the combination of 0 or more number of input symbols. Could be epsilon also. Could be any length of string also. When I explore, what does it mean? Del cap, extended transition function, right? Del is the transition function. Extended transition function is applied over the string called W. My travel starts from the initial state. So once I completely extended my string, when I'm at the end of the string, I have to reach a state. That state belongs to the final state. Then that is the language accepted by the NFSM. Then the language is accepted by the, see, at the end of the string, once the string length is over, I have to be in a state. That state is the final state. Then that string is accepted. One second. So we have 3 examples of NDFSM. It's very simple. Then we'll just go for conversion of NDFSM into DFSM using subset construction method. You have 2 methods. One we will do today. Okay. Obtain an NFA to accept the language. The language is given to you here. What is that? A string that belongs to a b power n or any string. Either that may end with b or that may end with a. But that starts with ab perfectly. That is the meaning actually. What is the meaning of n greater than or equal to 0? It means there is no b, there is no a also possible. So I have written it here. First string I have taken, the pattern is like this, a b power n when n equal to 0 or more than that. So you will get such type of strings, ABA, AB, AB, ABA, BB, like that. So it definitely ends with a B or one of the string that doesn't end with B. Okay. So how do you write a DFSM to that? First. Sorry, NDFSM, no? It's okay. Basic string. So first write it like this. ABA. Even for ABA, it goes to the final state. One of the string ABA, ABA, or else after that any number of b's, b power n. So that I have given it like this. So now I can leave it as such because it's NDFSM. I no need to provide the next input from every state. So now the Q1 I have given A. I no need to give B because it's NDFSM. I can say for Q2 I have given B. I no need to give the input A. Okay. What is next? AB A power n. For AB A power n. So this is the representation. Now I have to combine. Either this may be acceptable or this may be acceptable, right? If it is telling R, since it's NDFSM, I can use both in a single finite automata. So I had a state here, Q naught. What does it mean? It either starts, see, both are starting with A only. One is this pattern, one more is this pattern. So what I did is, from Q naught, I have two pathways, either this or this. One is A, B power n. One more is A, B, A power n. Since it's NDFSM, Q naught itself, you see, on A, it is going to two different states. And the other input from every state I haven't provided. So this is NDFSM. Do you have any doubts in this question?
Ma'am, could you explain once more?
Who is this?
Nitish, just a brief explanation.
Okay.
I understood till the second one. Means when we do
Yes.
both the machines, then combining, I got a little confused.
Okay. Combining it, see, because in the question it is asked that either this or that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Either this string or that string, anything can be acceptable. So if I go this path, the first string is acceptable. Or if I go this path, the second string is going to be acceptable.
Okay.
The same, you see the first one, A, B power, right? Since it's NDFSM, from the starting state, I can have two type of strings to be acceptable.
Oh, okay.
Because from Q naught, I can, on A, it goes to Q1. On A, it goes to Q4. See, it's going to two different states on the same input.
Yes, ma'am.
So this behavior itself telling you that it is NDFA.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very simple actually, because it is given R, right? It's given
Yes.
R. My job is, anyhow the string starts with A only, but later the pattern differs at the end. So I have taken two different paths. One goes to this, one goes to that.
Okay, understood.
That's all. It goes to this and that. Separately I have written initially. Then I am combining. That's all. Initially I have written separately. This one, this one. Later I am combining it. Okay. So I think your doubt will be clarified for the next two problems. So design an NFA to recognize the following set of strings: ABC, ABD, AACD. Actually, only first A itself common in all. Remaining and all differs. So make sure that on A it goes to three different pathways: ABC, ABD, AACD. Because you cannot say that this is not the NDFSM. You cannot claim that my NDFA differs and yours differs. You cannot say that. I think everybody will get different. But DFSM, exactly optimal solution you have to achieve. There is no deterministic behavior here. And the next one is also same, but instead of ABCD, I have taken zeros and ones. 1, 0, 1, that is your second string. Later 0, 1, 0, 1, then 0, 1, 1. I have chosen the different paths. Why it is NDFSM is, you could see that most of the states, the other input not provided. For Q naught, I have provided both the inputs 0 and 1, but 0 has been taken two ways. In DFSM, you have on an input only one transition. But here on an input, I have two transitions. You see for Q4, I haven't provided any 0 input. It has a lot of... Okay. So is there any doubt in NDFSM?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You no need to worry. In VTU examination, I don't think so that they will ask NDFSM. Definitely DFSM questions they will ask. And one question from conversion from NFSM to DFSM. That's for sure. Since I already told, practically non-deterministic machines does not exist. So we have to convert a non-deterministic machine to deterministic machine. This question is very much interesting. Just look at. There are two methods. I'll tell you when the subset construction method is applicable and when the lazy evaluation method is going to be applicable. When the number of states increases, the number of subsets also increases, right? Because 2 power the number of states, power set. I think you'll agree. Suppose in my NFA, I have 3 states. 2 power 3 possible states are 8 states 8 states are available in DFA. Correct? Subset construction method deals with that. You have to construct subsets of the states available in your NFA. The subset of states are the states in DFA. The subset construction method is applicable only when you have some 2 states, 3 states, 4 states like that. But when you increase the set of states in NFA, I think it's very difficult to deal with 2 power n number of subsets. So there where we go with lazy evaluation method later. If they didn't mention anything in the examination, you can use anything. If they purposely mentioned you have to use subset or lazy, then, and in few cases, suppose 5 states are there, don't go to subset construction because it is difficult. 2 power 5, probably 32 states. Then you need to minimize it. So better always choose lazy evaluation method. In the next class, I'll teach it. This class will just deal with subset construction. Have you got the point when to go with subset, when to go with lazy evaluation method?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So convert the following NFA to its equivalent DFA. So they will give you there are a lot of ways to ask. They may give you the language. If they give you the language, you have to construct the NFA. I think the probability of asking such kind is very less. They will provide you the figure like this. So, and please, transition table is very, very must. You have to write down for every question which is asked. As such, transition function del, and I have 2 inputs looking at my NFA. Why it is NFA? For Q0, it has 2 transitions out of A. And for Q1, they didn't give input A. And for Q2, no input is given. Okay. So start state Q0, final state Q2. If you don't have a transition over input symbol, please mention that it is null state. See, for Q0, it is going on A, it is going to Q0 and then Q1. Write it in the set of states. On B, it is going to Q0. For Q1, you see on A, there is no transition. For Q1 on A, there is no transition. So I have written null set. So I think no doubt in transition table, right? In NFA.
No, ma'am.
Fine. So what is my first step is, okay, according to NFA, Q0 is the start state. Then what is the start state of my DFA if I construct? The start state of NFA is the start state of DFA. What's that? Start state of NFA is the start state of DFA. So Q0 is the same state for DFA also. Then I know the states of NFA. What are the states of DFA? I already told you. Since it's a subset construction method, Q0, Q1, Q2 are the states of NFA. Get the subsets of them, 3 states. Those are the states of your DFSM. So here you could see that QD are nothing but the set of states of DFA. Null set, Q0 is one set, Q1 is one more set, Q2 combinations, two length, Q0, Q1, Q1, Q2, Q0, Q2, Q0, Q1, Q2. Any doubts till now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Fine. Now what I have to do? Which I have identified start state. I have identified the set of possible states in my DFA. Which is my final state? Which is the final state in your NFA? Q2, right? If Q2 is the final state in NFA, in whichever the set of states Q2 appears, all those are the final states of DFA. Where and all Q2 is there? Yeah. Here Q2 is there. This is also final state. Q1, Q2, final state. Q0, Q2, final state. Q0, Q1, Q2. In this also final state is there. So 4 states are the final states in DFSM. I have listed down, you see FD, final states of DFA. So you know how to identify start state, you know how to construct the number of states in DFSM, and you know how to identify the final state now. See, in between, if you have any doubts, please raise your voice. Don't keep the doubts with you. Then, the next step is you need to identify the transitions. You need to identify the transitions. It's very simple. Start applying your input, set of all inputs. The set of all inputs are A, comma B. So to each and every state, please apply the inputs. It will take you to the next state. So there comes the transitions are. So what is my first state in the set? You have to take like that. What is my first state? Because DFSM, no, these are my states. See, DFSM is you have a deterministic behavior from one state, it goes to other state. That other state is also one of the state. You should not get some other state. That is, then you are doing something wrong. Out of 8 states, Ali, if I have 8 states here, 2 power 3 states in my DFA, it has to go to one of the state. That state belongs to the one of the eight states. That is the deterministic behavior. Okay. So what is my first state is null set, right? My first state is null state. To null state, whatever you give, it goes to null state only. So I have to give both the inputs. My first state is state null. So I am applying the transition function phi comma A. I have to apply the input. It goes to null state. Even for B, it goes to null state. Not reachable states. Null state means you cannot reach it. Actually, dead state. We will see, we will remove all not reachable states at the end. Once we constructed the table transition function, I'll tell you how to remove out the not reachable states. Okay, what is my next state? Q0. For Q0, if I give input A, where it goes? Look at the transition function of NDFA. For Q0, if I give A, where it is going? It is going to, yes, you can talk in
Q1.
Q0, Q1. It's going to Q0, Q1. Write it down. Next, for Q0, if I give B, do I need to again scroll up and then tell you every time? Will you understand? Just either see the figure or just see the transition table of NFA to write it. For Q0, if I give B, it is going to Q0 only, self-state probably. Then what is my next state? Next state from the list of states, DFA, from the set of states you have to take. After Q0, I think probably
Q1.
Q1. So give the input A. For Q1A, probably there is no transition, it seems. If there is no transition, just look for Q1. For Q1 on A, actually for Q1 on A, no transition, so 5. My third state is Q1. And for B, it is going to Q2. Okay. And the next Q2 also same. Is coming to next state. Here onwards, you have 2 length states. Q0, Q1, right? If I give input A, how do you write the transition function for this? First, you have to apply Q0 on A. Next, you have to apply Q1 on A. Then you have to union it. For Q0, if I give A, you know that it goes to, in the transition table also you can see. For Q0, if I give A, it goes to Q0, Q1. For Q1, if I give A, I think it goes to null state. Just make a union of the states. You will get Q0, Q1 only because there is no value to null set. The next one is Q0, Q1, B. Probably for Q0, B, it goes to Q0. Q1 on B, it goes to Q2. If I combine it, it will go to Q0, Q2. See, what is the resultant state you are getting? No, that resultant state should be one of the 8 states. If you get something new, then you are doing wrong. That is not possible in subset. Anyhow, you will get one of the state. Q0, Q1, Q0, Q2. So do I need to explain you for the entire states?
No, ma'am.
Fine. So shall we construct the transition table? Can you construct the transition table out of the transition function? Yes, anybody have doubt in that? Constructing transition table, just pick the statements from there and put it here. Transition function AB. So what is my initial state I have considered? 5. On input A, it goes to 5 only. On input B, it goes to 5 only. Then Q naught I have taken. This is my start state. Don't worry about A, B, C, D and all. I will tell you what it is. For my convenient purpose, I have written. Just now, you worry about only this table. Q naught. These are the resultant states. Final states I have marked with star. Q2, Q0, Q2, Q1, Q2, this one. Now, I am renaming it for my purpose because I have to remove out the not reachable states. So very carefully listen, please. I have renamed the states in such a way. I have taken 5 as A, Q0 as B, Q1 as C. Like that, sequentially I have named A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Right? Wherever Q0 comes, I have made it as B. Wherever Q1 comes, I have made it as C. Like that, I have written here. Till now, is any doubt?
No, ma'am.
You no need to do like that actually, but there are, especially for this question, you have lot of not reachable states. So for my convenient purpose, I have renamed the states. Okay. Now, I have to see that which are all the not reachable states. And I have to remove the null states. What is my null state here actually? A, right? Null states. A.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, whichever the state going to A is also not reachable, right? Useless actually. Can you understand this point? You can talk with me in this time.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have identified A is a null state. Generally, in my DFE, I never go to a null state. Null state means what? There is no transition actually. Correct. So now, I just have to avoid that A. Now I have to look into the case that which is the state going to null state. You see D. Please look at D. Correct? It's going to A. I have identified null state, that is A, and D is also going to null state. Now, which and all the two not reachable states? A and D. Correct or not? A
Yes,
and
ma'am.
D. Now, which is the state going to A and D? That is also not reachable. You see C? Right? A and D. I have identified A is the null state. Since D is also going to A on both the transitions, it has to be both, not one. So A and D are not reachable states. Since C is also going to not reachable states, A, C, D. And then G. G, you see, A, D is there. Correct? So whom and all I can avoid now? A, C, D, G. Fine?
Yes,
A,
ma'am.
A, C, D, G. Okay. After that, I have removed completely A, C, D, G. Then I have written something here, you see, after removing them. Anyhow, B is the start state. Why? B is Q naught. See, B is Q naught. That is the start state. Whichever I have, just keep it with you. Now for this, you draw the figure. I have drawn. For this transition table, I have drawn. One thing you have to see here, that is called H. Do your B, E, F anywhere going to H? Do you have any reachability to H from B? See, a state is a proper state in DFA only when you can reach that state from the start state through any means. Once again, I'm repeating, please listen. A state is a possible state in proper state in DFSM only when you can reach that state from the start state, either directly or indirectly. From B, you can go to E, right? From E, you can go to F. From F, you can go to B. Do anywhere you got H reachability?
No, ma'am.
But H is going to E and F, no issue. I don't say anything. But where do you got H from start state to go? That's what you see H, there is no connection from start state to H. Anybody have doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
So H itself going to E and F, that is not good. I should get the reachability H from start state called B. From B you can go to E, from E you can go to F. So B, E, F is the proper states, not H. No way to reach H from the start state. So H is also not reachable. Remove H also. After removing H, you see, so this is the resultant DFA. Any doubts in this class?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Fine. Most of the time you may not get such a, but better practice is always try to remove your not reachable states. You need to identify them. That is the proper DFA. One second. I'll stop the recording.